mentioned Batman, the Batman, if you stayed awake, has exceeded expectations, and that movies like Spider-Man have saved the day in large part for the global box office, but still half of what it was 2 years ago. So what about the movie production industry? Well, Kaufman Astoria Studios has been in the game since the days of silent films. They've helped produce anything from Orange is the New Black to Men in Black 3 to Sesame Street. Their president and CEO, Hal Rosenbluth, is with us today to talk about the past, present, and future of the movie production industry. It's good to see you, Hal. How do you quantify where the industry, Allie Canal is also with us, meant to mention that, apologies, Allie. Where is the production industry today compared to pre-pandemic levels?
We're back at pre-pandemic levels and actually going, I think, stronger and greater. We're running in New York now upwards of 60 projects going on in the city. We believe that the unions are at capacity, and we are constantly trying to grow facilities as well as manpower. I see you have a picture of the cow with our mask on.
And how with productions now in overdrive, this soundstage is a really hot commodity. I've read reports that LA has actually struggled to find those sound stages. You guys have 11. So how are you handling that production backlog?
Well, as an overall business, I believe we became the flavor of the month. So there's a lot of investment going into the position. I also believe that for our area in New York, it is a very positive thing to have a good balance of supply and demand. So I think most of the shows that really want to be here in the New York metropolitan area have been able to find a home. Might not be at Kaufman, it might be at Silver Cup, but they're finding homes to be able to do their projects here in New York.
Kaufman has 500,000 square feet of home in the New York area. How I mentioned films like The Batman and Spider-Man, but largely speaking, those big box office smash hits are fewer and far between. How is the streaming industry filling the void?
Streaming industry has completely filled the void. For years, we were a very big mix of television shows and feature films. Over the last several years, we have been almost 100% television production, either for streaming or for network. So they have completely filled that void, where, at least for New York. And there are other areas in which you're still seeing feature film productions take place. And then when we talk about the streaming service, you have to think in terms of streaming services are also doing movies. We were home to The Irishman as an example for Netflix. So streaming service, but basically a feature film.
And Hal, I want to talk a little bit about the labor shortage. We know a lot of people left the industry at the start of the pandemic. Have you been able to get those workers back? And if not, what types of challenges have you had to deal with as a result of that as productions ramp back up?
Yeah, I really don't think we've lost a whole lot in our industry. As a facility, and we were back in business by the end of the summer of 2020. So if you think about that, we shut down in March. We were back up and running in July, and our first production was in here come August. This was an industry that figured out a way to handle the pandemic in as positive a fashion as possible, and just sort of trial and error, take the steps necessary to keep everybody safe. And it's proved, at least for New York, that we were one of the pillars of the economy here, as we were back in business. And to do our business, you have to be here. You're not doing it remotely. So we've seen everybody come back up. The unions are back up and running, and I'm pretty sure they're all at pre-pandemic levels.
And largely helping prop up the commercial real estate industry, which has struggled of late in New York. Speaking of COVID, let's talk about restrictions. They have largely loosened across New York, but still plenty of head-scratching situations, high-profile ones like Kyrie Irving of the Brooklyn Nets, who can sit in the stands at a Nets game without a mask, being unvaccinated, but as an employee, can't actually play in a game. Have the COVID restrictions helped you, or are they still hindering you at this point?
Look, the production companies have figured out a way to make it work. They've created protocols with the unions and the production companies that have worked pretty darn well to keep everybody safe and keep everybody still working. Again, we need everybody to show up on the job in order to be able to make a film or television show. There has, as of now, there have not been, at least to the best of my knowledge, any relaxing of that. We're not here at Kaufman. Any interaction we have with our clients, they have a mask on. Then that's the way we are operating until such time that the unions and the production companies are comfortable with the relaxing of the rules.
And Hal, I want to get your opinion on this. New Mexico is creating this $40 million film, TV, and media academy to allow New Mexicans the opportunity to work in the industry. How important are government-led initiatives like that? And what more support would you like to see from state or local municipalities moving forward?
Well, here in New York, we have tremendous support. We have the New York Film Tax Credit, which has been an incredible boost to the industry here, has allowed the creation of hundreds of thousands of jobs, both direct and indirect, in the industry. So they have very much come into play. There's an extension bill for that credit, which will also include a diversity obligation on the part of the productions, which they have basically been following anyway. They have their own diversity officers, and they make sure that they do the best job they can to make that happen. We also are working in programs both in the high school level as well as outside of the school level with people being trained and wanting to get into this business. So there's a large group underway, both with our company, MBS, initiatives to train people for this industry and keep offering opportunities up to folks that want to get into business.
All right, Hal Rosenbluth is the CEO and president of Kaufman Astoria Studios. Great to have you with us this afternoon. Allie, I have to tell you, I shot some scenes for Succession a year ago in the pandemic. I was so excited watching every episode, waiting to see me in the background. I played a news anchor. They left them on the cutting floor. It was my moment. I thought I had it. I got cut.
I didn't know this. That's amazing. It's okay. There's always another season. There's always another season of Succession. People love that show too much.
It is a great show. I was just hoping for a quick cutaway. Oh, there it is. There's shots of me playing essentially a Fox and Friends anchor, which actually used to be my job. So it was a real interesting turn of events. But yes, Allie, thank you. There's always next year.
Well, there you go. It made the light of day in the end, Dave. Dave there and Allie Canal, thank you for that hit there.